Here in Bangor, I'm joined by Coach Mark Shields, the head football coach of the MDI Trojans, and we are in the Allen Insurance and Financial Coaches Show. And Coach, gearing up for first home game of the season, September 12th against the Lake Region Lakers. We've talked many a time. It's so nice not to be traveling to Naples and letting the Lakers come up to Bar Harbor.
Yeah, definitely, Chris. I've been down there 3 years in a row, and that's a long ride. And it's nice that the Lakers have to make their way northeast this year. So,
Well, the weather is going to be beautiful tomorrow night, a little chilly. I think maybe you talked earlier about trying to gut out 40-degree weather in shorts, but is that still the plan?
I'm not sure. We'll see. I bet I'll have my shorts and I'll have my pants in my office just in case
Just in
I start
case.
feeling those goosebumps. So.
Yeah, well. Tell us, you're going to get goosebumps anyway when you hear the Trojan band playing, and Friday night football on the island is something special, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, we talked about that earlier this week. It's nice to finally have a home game and um, you know, the excitement surrounding a home football game like we said on Monday, and there's been a little buzz around school. I think the student body's getting excited about it, and the community hopefully is getting excited about it to come out and cheer us on.
It feels odd that, it's here tomorrow night will be September 12th. And I know maybe it's just because I haven't done football yet, but it feels finally like football weather, football time, and I'm ready to get into it. And I know the Trojans are happy to be at home and playing in front of a great Bar Harbor crowd.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, the temperatures, I was thinking about that this morning. I'm wondering if we're going to have a cold fall. The days are beautiful, and I like the cool evening sleeping, so that's fine by me. And I know the football players typically like cooler evenings when you are playing out there. So, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, really excited to get out there and for our home opener.
What have you been working on this week? I mean, obviously special teams and 2-point conversions. But I guess, tell us what you've been spending time with.
Yeah, typical week for us. If I can take our listeners through a typical week. So Monday is we look at film from our past game, and then we learn from that and move on to our next opponent, which then we start looking at film this week for Lake Region. JV team is on the road. They were on the road on Monday, so it's the varsity guys. Tuesday, everyone's back together up on the practice field. And Tuesday and Wednesdays are your normal work days. And that's when we will install our offensive scheme, our defensive scheme, and then, focus on our special teams as well, building on what we had done prior weeks with all three phases. And then Thursday, tonight, it will be our normal walkthrough, basically just reinforcing the points that we've taught the kids over the week. Um, and then we'll wrap up tonight with our team dinner. So, every week's a little different depending on your opponent. Lake Region is a really fast, athletic group. So for us, trying to scheme around that, um, it's not something you can't really teach speed, but you can scheme in ways that try to slow down your opponent, and we'll see how well that works out. Uh, and then offensively, um, just getting better at what we do. I'm a strong believer in building on what you've done prior to that next game. And I feel our offensive coordinators, Elias Byrne and Chris James, have definitely done that. And then special teams wise, Coach Will Mossing, has been working hard to. I thought overall our special teams played pretty well. We had a punt block last week. We didn't give up a kickoff return, which that's been the Shields' Achilles heel, as we know.
Right.
So yeah, we're hoping that I tell the kids at practice. Every day we step off the field, we should be a better football team, and hopefully that's true this week.
Injury wise, pretty good going into the game on Friday night.
Yeah, I think typical ooey and owies, but I think overall, I feel our health is pretty good.
It's always oohies and owies when you and I aren't involved. If it were you and I, there'd be like glaring injuries. But these are strapping young men, and it is the typical football. You get banged up, put some ice on it, and carry on.
Yeah.
Um, what do you want to say to the crowd? I mean, or to our listeners? We've always talked about it being the 12th man, or in this case, the ninth man. And it really makes a difference when you have a loud crowd behind you.
Yeah, for sure. So, if you can get out, it looks like we said before, a beautiful night for football. The Cook Shack's going to be up and running, and the band's going to be playing. So I think it's going to be an amazing atmosphere. We have a really tough opponent coming to town in Lake Region. They had a big win last week, and they were the ones that knocked us out of the playoffs last year. I mean, they're moving in the right direction for sure. So I think if you do come out, you won't be disappointed. I think it's going to just be a fun night, and just excited about football.
All right, Coach. I will see you in Bar Harbor on Friday night as we get ready for the game. Again, the game will be live streamed on the MDI Huddle stream. We'll have a link to that. And again, you can hear the game online at WDEA.am on our free downloadable app sponsored by First National Bank and on any Alexa-enabled device as the Red Sox will hopefully be beating the Yankees while you are hopefully beating the Lakers. All right, Coach. See you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Chris.